The Fantasy Six-Pack Hour. With your hosts, Joe Bond.
You're awful.
And A.J. Applegarth.
It's Sin Shu Chu. It's a mouthful.
All right. Welcome to the Fantasy Six-Pack Hour. My name is Joe Bond, founder of FantasySixPack.net. With me, as always, A.J. Applegarth. What is up, man?
Not much, man. Not much. Ready to get this live draft of live streaming going.
Live draft of live streaming. All right.
Live streaming of live draft, I guess, would make more sense.
Sure. Whatever.
I promise I haven't been drinking at all today.
I don't believe you.
At all.
I don't believe you.
Something happened. Something happened.
All right. So, yeah, as AJ alluded to, we are going to be doing a live mock draft tonight with 10 others from Fantasy Six-Pack. Rip through who that's going to be in a second, but it's going to be a half PPR, 14 rounds, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 receivers, a tight end, and a flex as the starting rosters. And then we're going to draft a bunch of bench slots, and then no kickers and no defense. I mean, nobody really cares to have those drafted in mocks. You know, if you guys play with those, they'll be your last couple picks anyway, so no big deal. The cast for tonight, in order, is going to be me and AJ 1 and 2, Mike LaPlant at 1-3, Dennis Sosic 1-4, Kevin Huo 1-5, Jonathan Chan at 1-6, Richard Savill 1-7, John LaPresto 1-8, Mike Tomlin at 1-9, Mike Bonni at 1-10, Jeff Hicks at 1-11, and then Dylan Clemons at 1-12. So that is the order there. And AJ, I feel like we should still at least do our beer of the week. And then if, you know, we're going to bring on some of these guys during the show, and if they're drinking, they can share with us what they're drinking then. So let's get to our beer of the week first.
Beer.
All right, man, what you got?
Keep it simple. I'm going with Space Diamonds.
All right.
Other half.
All right, that's good stuff. I have an Aslan Rocket Surgery. It's a double dry hop, double IPA. It is very tasty. I gave it a 4.5 on Untapped, so I'm enjoying this one big time. So, all right, so I have first pick. I don't think it's going to be any shockers here. What's going on? So let's begin this draft, and then I will make my first pick via phone, because the sleeper computer thing isn't as great. Christian McCaffrey, number 1. I don't think we need to talk about him. We know. I mean, I think he's pretty good.
Come on.
All right, so 60 seconds of pick, guys. Let's keep it moving on.
Now where am I going? I mean,
shock the world.
There's so much I could choose from, but you know, I'm going with Saquon Barkley if I can figure out how to draft. Boom.
Nope. Oh, there it goes. It just took a
like,
minute.
It's showing up. It's on mine.
Yeah. Okay. It just took a second. All right. So yeah, Saquon over Zeke. I think that's the pick. I like Saquon a lot. I mean, he's just a monster when it comes to the PPR, and obviously Zeke goes 3. So no surprises here so far. I think the first surprise will honestly be like when Michael Thomas goes. Like, he's gonna fall in that 4, 5, 6 range, and then it's just like, you know, why did you take him over the running backs when there's obviously the shortage of running backs depth? So, but maybe Kevin, we're gonna bring you on first, man. Clyde Edwards-Helaire at pick 5 over Cook and Change, man. Kamara went 4. Kevin, what you got, man? Why you believe in that much for Clyde Edwards-Helaire?
I mean, it just, what's the phrase? Like, if it looks like a zebra, it talks like a zebra, it is a zebra. Like, this dude is just an RB1. Like, if you look at everything, if you're like against him as like a top 6, 7 pick, you're actively trying to talk yourself out of it. He profiles as an RB1. He does everything perfectly. He's walking into the perfect opportunity on the best offense in the league. He catches the ball. He's going to score touchdowns. There's nobody behind him. DeAndre Washington, I don't really care. Like, yeah. I don't see why it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I mean the upside is definitely there with him. Richard's on the clock, got 10 seconds left. Come on, bruh. Make the pick. But yeah, I mean it's the upside's there. I just feel like I want the proven commodity this year with the rookies not getting much of an off season, or not a real off season. So Richard, I'm not sure if that was an auto pick or not, man. I hope you're still there. I don't know what's going on, but you got Derrick Henry. I mean, that's a solid pick, so I don't think you're going to complain too much there. LaPresto is up, unfortunately, not on the line with us because Google Hangout surprised me, and you can only have 10 people on here, so we're not going to have Tomlin or LaPresto here at the 8-9. So we'll get some questions in Slack for them and get their
Hold on, let me go back over to the chalkboard and write a hashtag not prepared.
And
there we go.
Michael
Michael Thomas
pick, yeah,
off the board.
So
whoa, back-to-back receivers.
Ooh, back-to-back receivers. All right,
getting crazy
all right,
here,
guys.
people.
We're gonna have to try to see if we can get here. My computer is slow as all hell right now, so typing in Slack to you guys is gonna be interesting. So. Yeah, it's not working. AJ, you might have to type the questions in Slack to them. So I want to ask them, why they wanted to go Thomas and Adams over like the Mixons and the Drakes and places, people like that. So that's just, especially with the shortage of running backs.
All right, it's going
So yeah,
in.
if you guys are following along the live stream, it is. The feed is on the sleeper draft is on the feed, so you can follow along there. Hopefully you can read it pretty well. So that's what we're looking at there.
All right, we got some interesting back-to-back there with
all right, we got our first tight end off the board. Jeff, you really feeling Travis Kelce's that big of a difference maker at tight end that you're going to take him at the start of the second round, huh?
I think it's a lot of draft position. I've kind of changed during the course of the season. Running back to running back, best player I think is available. And Travis Kelce at that position means I can do that and then get away from the position for a while.
Sure. Yeah.
We had a response here from John LaPresto. I said, why did you go Michael Thomas / Devontae over Mixon, etc. to him and Mike Tomlin? Mm-hmm. John's answer is half PPR and starting 3 receiver requirement. He wants to start 4 receivers if he can.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I mean, Tomlin doubled up in receiver, took Adams and Hill. I mean, it's quite the pairing there. I mean, Hill just had the hamstring injury today, but they're saying it's just a strain, like a slight strain, so he should be okay. They're probably going to hold him out for practice most of the rest of the offseason for the most part at this point. Hill doesn't really need much practice time, so I think he will be okay. So yeah, everybody's kind of saying
I'm going to go ahead and say Tomlin pretty much agrees with LaPresto there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Back-to-back receiver. Kittle going, not a surprise to see him in the second round there. Definitely, worth it. I mean,
yeah, got a
tight end premium leagues. He's going in the first.
Got a comment here from Mo on Periscope. Isn't Davante Adams hurt? I think there was a Twitter something about that yesterday where Adams went down, but from what I understand, he came back out with pads on and everything. If somebody wants to correct me, they can jump in and correct me, but I'm pretty sure that's right. I haven't heard really anything about it. I feel like we would have heard way more about that if he was like seriously injured, but I haven't heard much of anything about that. So I think Adams is good.
All right, we got a response from Tomlin. Said same-ish, just finding in all my drafts that I like it more starting with an elite receiver instead of the back end running back ones. Better VBD. And then LaPresto says he went Kittle because no Hurd, no Debo for a while. They're just going to funnel Kittle. And I said, yes, they will.
Yeah, so we've gotten Aaron Jones, Nick Chubb, Austin Eckler, all fine picks here. here after Kittle. D-Hop goes to Dennis. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to be picking here. You're up next, AJ, so hopefully you got your guy lined up.
I do indeed.
All the running backs that I thought might fall back to me
Well,
did not, so no.
I had a guy lined up. Where is he? Why can I not find Greg Ward? Greg Ward. Oh, Junior. Damn it, I forgot the Junior.
Right. About that.
Whoop.
You are a homer. I don't think you're that much of a homer, though. And we got Chris Godwin.
Right. Thanks, LaPlant.
Already getting
Taking my guys.
sniped. Love it.
Taking my guys. Well, I'm going to go with my other guy here, Kenny G. Play me a sax solo, buddy.
I like it.
Do this.
So, looking like my pick, I love the Kenny Galladay pick. I am going to go with a guy who I think is severely underrated right now. We talked about it a couple different shows. I went Chris Carson. The guy's just super underrated. He was a top-notch back, all last year until he got hurt. So I'm happy with him. And then I'm taking my guy, Allen Robinson. I've been touting him all off season. He's just he's just super safe, and I love his upside here. Even especially with hopefully Foles getting that starting job there in Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to try to snake Carson because I figured you were eyeing him up there.
Of course I was.
I mean, he's creeping, man. He's creeping up, but let's see. What do I want to do here? So many choices. And that's the problem being on the turn here. There's a lot of guys I like that I don't think we'll get back, but I'm just going to go ahead and go with that. Mr. Evans. First time I've actually owned him all year. I don't own him anywhere else.
So I got to ask you, man, like, are you worried about like the arm strength of Tom Brady and not being able to, throw it downfield to Mike Evans? Like, I know Godwin went ahead of you. I feel like there's some guys still left on the board that I would take over Evans, but I don't hate the pick. I mean, it's just kind of one of those like I'm just kind of nervous about, those two guys a little bit, but I think they're going in this draft, at least they're going about where they should, but I've seen them go earlier.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not too worried about Tom. Tom's coming to Tampa Bay. He's going to be able to throw the ball. He's going to be slinging it around. Wicked hard. His arm strength's not a problem.
All right. Oh, you and your bad accent.
Someone's got to do it.
Stop it.
But that's why I was cheersing and drinking.
There we go.
And when Carson went,
Mike
because
LaPlant took the quarterback plunge. All right, Mike. Why? So you just didn't like what else was on the board? You think back to Mahomes is like a winner? What are you feeling here? Why are you going early into the QB pool?
Well, in the third round, I just feel like that's got really good value for a guy that has the potential to throw 50 touchdowns. I know it's hard, but he's done it before. He can do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as much as I wanted to get a second running back, I kind of want to just fill out all my starters too. Make sure I get a good overall rounded team.
Yeah, I don't hate it, man. And Dennis went back to the wide receiver, so he's got Kamara, Hopkins, and Ridley. Oh, that's a steep price for Ridley, man. I know people like him, but I have not seen him quite go in that area yet. Dennis, you took him over some real good players, man. What are you feeling here with Ridley this season?
Yeah, I was looking at the receivers that are available. I'm not a big fan of Cooper. I think Kupp is after his second half of last season. I don't like him either. So I think Ridley's gonna have a great year this year, and so I chose him.
All right,
I like the pick. I was actually eyeing him up over Evans because I feel like I trust Ridley a little bit more than Evans, but Maybe. I mean, they're kind of like a 1A, 1B for me on that level. But no, it's a solid pick, Dennis. I like it.
Thank you. I was going to take Evans, but you took him before me. So thanks.
All right.
Anytime.
First trade of the live mock draft.
Right.
3-2 for the 3-4.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Let's see what LaPresto is going to
All
go
right,
with.
we got
here. Will he go
Lamar.
running back?
So Jonathan Chan
Will he
dropping
go?
into the quarterback pool here.
Let's
So,
see.
it's not unheard of. I mean, these guys going to third round. That's when they're going. Jonathan, you thinking Lamar's going to win you the championship, right?
Yeah, he's got almost as much upside, if not more, than Mahomes does. And this year, hopefully, his receiving core with Hollywood Brown is going to be a little healthier with another year of growth. The passing ceiling gets a little higher, and the rushing floor is always going to be there for safe weeks. He's got a good floor and a super high ceiling. So
Yeah.
And there's plenty of receivers later on that I'm completely okay with.
Yeah, I like the late receivers. I actually was tempted to go third running back, to be honest with you, but I took Robinson because I do like him a lot, especially in any sort of PPR format. I think he's just a target hog on that offense. So, but yeah, I'm not an early quarterback guy. I won't ever do it. I feel like I can win without the number one quarterback, every year. I know Lamar was incredible, but yeah, it's just one of those. So, man, LaPresto, you were the one to drop off the call to make room for AJ, and you're making all the interesting picks. So, AJ, go ahead and ask him.
Fine,
the first rookie. The second rookie.
I was thinking the same thing.
Because
I
I'm
was
not used to a rookie going to the
wait.
first round, but Jonathan Taylor, I mean, I just still have kind of I'm not really sure he's just going to run away with it in that offense. I mean, Mac is still impressive, so I just want to hear his thoughts on that.
All right, let me chime him up here. Okay, question is typed. I didn't have anybody on my queue, but I will drink because I'm thirsty.
So, man, Tomlin going 0 running back, obviously. So the two guys not on the call are the two guys that I've been wanting to talk to the most, it feels like. All the other picks are pretty standard at this point.
Sorry, everybody else. I don't care that you're on the line. Your picks aren't interesting enough.
Shut up,
I didn't
AJ.
say it. That's what you get from the 1-1. So yeah. Johnny wrote back, best offensive line in the league, best rookie running back in the draft.
I agree. I think
Yeah.
Swift and him were 1-2. So
Also says that Mac isn't great in pass protection. So I mean that's a solid pick for me. I mean I like where it is better than me jumping way early on the 3-2 to take him. But I was kind of looking a little that way. Just couldn't pull the trigger over the receivers that were there, or going with one of the two quarterbacks that went as well. So
all
right.
Interestingly enough, Dylan took a Rams receiver. Not a shock, not a I wouldn't say like super great value or nothing, but it is interesting that he took Robert Woods over consensus higher ranked Cooper Kupp. Dylan, why are you taking Woods over Kupp?
Last year when they switched to the 2 tight end formation, man, it was just like Cooper Kupp was non-existent a lot of the time, and Robert Woods was always there. I feel like Cooper Kupp's a little touchdown dependent. Robert Woods didn't. I think he only scored 2 touchdowns last year, so I feel like positive regression is coming his way with touchdowns. And I just really like Robert Woods' floor, especially as a wide receiver too.
Yeah, I'm a big Woods fan myself as well. I owned him in at least 1, maybe 2 leagues last year. Because of that floor and was let down because of the touchdowns, obviously, but he was still solid all year long and, got me points when I needed it, and he's just reliable. I personally think he's the best receiver there. Kupp is very good, but I don't know. I just am more comfortable going with Woods.
Yeah, so we just had a couple of interesting running back guys go here. You know, a couple used to be studs, first rounders. Richard, you took Todd Gurley. Again, you know, it's right around where he should be going. I'm super worried. He's somebody I am avoiding if I can. Do you have faith that he can bounce back with those knees?
Of course.
All right.
Of course I can. Of course I do. And if you, I wouldn't have drafted him otherwise. I mean, he's got the whole backfield to himself, basically, unless you want to include Ito Smith and Quadri Ollison. I mean,
I get you. The volume is the volume.
I'm playing. It's a pure volume pick.
That's true. Yeah, no, I don't hate it. I think it's right where he should go. I'm drafting like I don't need to ever take Todd Gurley. That's kind of.
But I think it's worthwhile. I mean, and the thing is, you can get the cuff cheap.
Yeah.
If you want.
I don't know if I really care about either of the cuffs at this point with that team. So.
Well, I don't know. Considering how football's going these days, you just don't know. You know?
Yeah, I mean, at some point, you know, I've seen some conversation about it on Twitter. Like, do you really want the handcuff for your running back this year? Because, like, if somebody gets coronavirus, it might be the backup.
But I mean,
too,
he's not
right?
an expensive cuff like Madison or anything.
You don't
like
have to draft either one of his guys at this point. I'd be shocked if either one of his handcuffs go. I have not seen that.
But I mean, if at the end of the draft Ito Smith is there, I'll just throw him in. Right?
Sure.
Yeah.
So, all right, AJ, what do you got your pick lined up here? You're back up. We're back on the turn here.
I do have a pick lined up. We'll see if LaPlant snakes him. Hopefully not.
Hopefully he does.
Time
Hopefully he does.
Oh yes, he did it. Not
Tyler Lockett. So you got your guy lined up. You ready to go?
Yeah, let me do a quick scroll through and use this 60 seconds here. See if I really want to do what I'm thinking of doing here.
I'm gonna use all 2 minutes. Just because you did that. No, just kidding.
Going with the Mostert.
All right. We talked about this. This last, a couple shows ago on the NFC West preview. I'm not really digging, much of that backfield. It's just too volatile to me. I'm torn between a couple different running backs here. I definitely want a running back. Not somebody I love, but, there's not a lot of running back ones available. So I'm going to go Mel Gordon. I like Lindsey, but, it's kind of whatever. You guys are going to let him fall. I don't think he's great. I agree with the Robert Woods over Cooper Kupp, but at this point, Cooper Kupp's the next guy, the next receiver off the board. So I'm going there and just, getting volume again. He's just a huge volume target for that offense. So I like my start here with McCaffrey, Carson, Robinson, Gordon, and Kupp. So, Mel Gordon's my flex. He may not be all season, but I'm gonna need some fill-ins for Carson probably at some point. So,
yeah. All right. Well, back on the board here. So I'm gonna go with a guy that I think is just not getting enough love just yet. So we'll go ahead and I don't know why this is not. There we go. Go with Mr. Keenan Allen. Fill out my receiver core here.
Yeah, I like Allen the player. I'm not sure I love Allen with this scenario this year. As much as we love Tyrod, go Hokies. He doesn't crush. There's there's 2 other receivers I would have taken over him, possibly 3. But
I'm looking at a couple that I also liked there, but I think he's got the highest ceiling Because Tyrod could surprise a lot of people and play really well out of the gates here. And he's got to throw the ball to somebody. I mean, who else is he looking at? Yeah, Eckler's going to get his.
Man.
Mike Williams is there. Mike Williams
Keenan
is
Allen's
talented
the guy.
too.
You're right. Totally
But
right.
it's in the passing game. It's going to be Allen, then Henry, and then Williams.
Yeah, I like it.
So,
And Mo, I'm not going to give it away. I don't
really-
want to say it. If people are reading in the chat, Mo, you're right. He's one of the guys I had ranked ahead of Keenan Allen. I'll say it when he gets picked because I don't want to give it away for other people drafting. But you are right. All right. Mike LaPlant, Ronald Jones. Okay, I know John LaPresto is a big Ronald Jones fan. I know there was that whole conversation on Twitter today with Scott Barrett about, saying people aren't ranking these guys high enough, blah, blah, blah. As right as he might be, I have a tough time really believing in this Tampa Bay backfield. You got to give it to me straight here. What are you feeling here? You took him over a lot of guys I wouldn't have.
Well, from what I've seen when Tom Brady's in New England, he loves to check down to his running backs in the red zone. So I feel like he's going to get a lot of red zone touches. And, red zone touches just equal points.
Are we sure those are going to Rojo? I mean, there's...
I've been hearing nothing but good
there's...
things out of camps from Rojo just feeling it. And I really think he is looking to have a bounce back year after last year because he did not do well where he was drafted. I know the offensive line is shaky, but when you have Tom Brady calling the offense, he's going to put you in the right place.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you. The offense is going to get upgraded with Tom Brady. I just have a tough time really buying into Ronald Jones. If LaPresto was on the call, I'm sure he would just jump into this conversation and just murder me for that comment. But he's not, so I can talk trash all I want. John. I
wanted him on the round. I wanted to get him on the round back, but there was no way he was falling.
I don't know, man. There's not. I mean, LaPresto likes him, so maybe not, and he only has one running back, so maybe you're right. But so I don't know. I don't think there's a lot of love out there for him. I still worry. They brought in Vaughn, one, and then two, they just signed. Not that I really care about Shady, but they just signed Shady, so it's just another body back there that just could potentially take work away from Jones, and it's just, I don't know. I mean, the passing offense is gonna really rule that offense, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens.
I can't disagree with you with all the running backs back there. The only one that really worries me is Shady, because going back to what you said, the rookies, they really didn't have no preseason. Unless they're learning the playbook on their own time, they're not going to really know the plays, so he could potentially hit the wrong holes. And Bruce Arians, I know he likes to pull his guys when they do not do the right plays.
Yeah, fair enough, man. So there are a few good picks here late. Kevin, I want to come back to your pick in a minute. But Terry McLaurin, Cortland Sutton, love those guys. Those were two guys I had ahead of Keenan Allen, by the way, AJ. There's still one more.
McLaurin was the one I was leaning towards.
I would have taken Terry. Yeah, it's close.
Yeah.
It's close, man. It really is close. But
before we get too far into this, I have to do the shout out for LaPresto. He said, "Team Rojo bitches." So, yeah, there it is.
Nice. I'm not. Oh, I see it now. I wasn't looking at Slack. Sorry. And then Kareem Hunt went. I love that pick. I actually thought about taking him instead of Mel Gordon. DeAndre Swift went. But Kevin, I gotta ask you, man. You took David Montgomery over Ingram, Hunt, and Swift. They're real close in my rankings. I'm not gonna lie, but I want to know what you were thinking there with that.
It's just a pure volume play for me. The dude had 250 touches last year. Yeah, he wasn't efficient, but it's not like they brought in anyone to really supplant those touches. Mm-hmm. You assume that the offense is going to be better in the second year under an offensive coordinator.
We would hope.
Nick Foles. You would hope. You would assume.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, he's 250 touches. He's a flex guy. He's safe. Ingram, I think there's just too much competition. I think there's way too many people in that backfield. Singletary, I don't really trust. Who was last guy? DeAndre Swift, I kind of just didn't want to rookies.
Yeah, Swift is one of those.
Swift is the one I was really thinking about. I kind of wanted to, but whatever.
Yeah, Swift is one of those. It's sort of hard to take him over, but I get it. The volume is there. You got to hope he's just better yards per carry than he was last year. He was so inefficient last year, but
yeah, haven't you seen that graphic that says he has like a body like Saquon, vision like Le'Veon Bell, like hands like LaDainian Tomlinson and something like that? Like, come on.
I did. What was the last one though that was really funny?
Yeah, I don't know. It was like feet like Walter Payton or something. It's just ridiculous.
Feet like Shaq.
Yeah.
What?
So Mike Bonni's up, and I do want to ask him about Swift, and he just took A.J. Green. So let's ask him about both those picks. So Swift, a rookie, there's still Kerryon Johnson there. I mean, you thinking Swift is going to be the guy, and that's why you rolled with him?
I think he's going to take Kerryon Johnson's spot easily. And just yesterday, I think I heard that he's excelling in receiving roles. So I don't know. I just think it's his job to lose.
Yeah.
And in the fourth round, it's good value, I think.
Fifth round there. So you took A.J. Green as well. Any worry that he just won't bounce back from, he just continues to be injured like every year, it seems like now. So, I mean,
that worries me a little bit, but he's a superstar. We know
absolutely.
That. He is definitely a superstar. And now that Joe Burrow's there, I think he can kill it.
Yeah, hopefully.
Although he does have to worry about Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, Joe Mixon, Giovanni Bernard, all these guys. So I don't know. There's a lot
there. So
yeah, for sure.
Jeff, I got to go back to your pick. I missed this one. Brandon Cooks? Yo. Okay.
At this point, man, it's
straight, man, because I don't have Cooks anywhere close to this.
No, I was debating between him or Michael Gallup, and it came down to upside, not knowing who the wide receiver one really is in Houston with a legitimate quarterback, similar to Michael Gallup, who's still the number 2 technically behind Amari Cooper and still also has a good quarterback in Dak. So I went for the upside of Brandon Cooks being the team's wide receiver 1 over the known wide receiver 2, more than likely with Gallup.
All right, fair enough. I've got Will Fuller there all day being the number 1. I get the injuries for him, but it's not like Cooks is it's not like Cooks is super healthy himself with all the concussions. I really worry about that with him.
Then you got to worry about his hamstrings too for Fuller.
Well, yeah, no, I said Fuller is injury prone, but I also worry about Cook. So I know.
I think we both know that they're each one play away from not being available the rest of the year.
Absolutely. Kevin got the other receiver that I had ranked ahead of Keenan Allen, and that's Avante Parker. I don't have Parker ranked as high as some people, but I've got him ranked pretty healthy to where I feel like I'll probably get him in a lot of leagues, but we'll see what happens. J.K. Dobbins, another rookie to Dennis. Dennis, he's your RB2. You're not worried. You didn't want somebody maybe a little bit safer that might be more guaranteed a little more work, or I'm not super paying attention to who's going. It's hard to keep up with everything, but is he like the last one left there of guys you think are guaranteed some sort of workload?
Yeah, he's the last one I liked at that point of running back. Plus, I love his upside, and I think he's going to hopefully take over at toward the end of the season. And he's a Buckeye, so you got to love that.
I mean, no, but okay. You can.
Yeah,
you can.
I will.
I'm trying to look down at my phone here at the same time and keep track because I'm drafting on my phone. So apologize for my eyes constantly dropping.
I'm letting you talk a bit here. I'm trying to decide which way I want to go here, but I think I know what I'm doing with that. Boom. Ingram, Evan Ingram.
Fair enough.
Taking my TE1 here. I mean, this the strength of schedule is phenomenal for Ingram this year.
Where one of my
talent
picks
is there, and if he can stay healthy, obviously we've been talking about health issues with Cooks and a couple of these other guys here. As long as he's healthy, I think he's going to get a lot of work. So
yeah, I mostly like it. Yeah, health is a big thing for him too. So in no particular order here, I'm taking Edelman. And did I totally miss DJ Shark? Oh, Shark's way gone.
Yeah, he
way gone. Sorry.
What?
He gone. Sorry.
Where are you ranked?
Dude, I can't.
Edelman was the other one I was
up
debating.
there for me.
He made it.
He's a safe. He's a safe. Like I have 3 target hogs. It just safe receivers, a very little upside. So I'm gonna go massive upside here, and I'm gonna take the other Houston receiver and go Will Fuller, and just hope and pray that he stays healthy. Kevin, I can't say that on air. Jesus.
You're not wrong, Kevin. You're not wrong. We will go with that.
I didn't even
This is the team that I'm going to go with.
Jeez, John.
We
I'm just getting
have
piled
money
on his slack.
and yachts
Oh my
and
gosh.
lots of houses in the Hamptons, and everybody who's listening can figure this out on their own. Thank you.
This is getting worse. What is happening?
It's getting awesome.
I wish I could share everything that's going on in the Slack channel, but I feel like I would get cancel cultured if I did. So I'm not going to. You guys suck.
Yeah, let's keep it where we're at here. Man, it is getting
slim.
It is getting ugly.
Antonio Gibson.
Whoa, no.
No. Okay, we got to pause and go back. What do you have? Somebody in your?
What the hell just happened there? Oh, he was.
Is he on your queue? Stop putting people in your queue. All
right,
we'll pause for you because of course, somebody had to screw up and had to be.
I'm going with that position.
Who are you drafting? I can change it for you.
Not Antonio Gibson. James White.
James White. So I can change.
I mean, he's
a player. I think.
PPR monster.
Oh man, you had to make me do this.
You don't have to do anything. We'll just have another trade. There we go.
Get a fix. All right, resume. Such a jerk, man. All right. LaPlant, you're back up. I think. There we go. All right.
Don't take Gibson. All right. Don't do it. It's my guy. 4 rounds from now. I think I just randomly put a handful of.
I'm tempted to take him since you just took James White.
Because you wanted White, didn't you?
Well,
now I'm gonna have to reach.
That's what you got to do at the turn side here, man. Mecole Hardman. All right. So what do you like about Hardman?
Speed, and then it's also a great connection for Mahomes.
Yeah.
So I'm usually a person that likes to at least try and get a connection if possible.
Yeah, and you got Mahomes. So yeah, I feel it.
It just double points.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the connections there.
It's a bit of a reach. I'm not gonna lie, but it's. I mean,
it's a flex spot.
It could work. I mean, that's the thing. So as a flex spot play, that's not too bad. Go super upside. I don't hate it. All right. So Dennis is on the clock. About 10 seconds. It looks like he picked.
Pick is in.
Mine's pretty. So we got our fourth quarterback. So Russell Wilson went to Richard. Dak just went to.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Wilson.
Yeah,
that's a nice snag. Nice snag, Richard.
Unlimited. Gotta be unlimited.
No, Richard, that was you.
I was like,
that was Richard.
That was me.
He just
wasn't me.
Richard's playing the unlimited track. Love it.
Unmuted and going rogue.
I know. Taking over the show. All right, so Kevin's up. So far, he's got Clyde Edwards-Helaire Edwards-Helaire. Man, slurred that one. Swear I've only had one beer.
Austin
Austin Eckler, love the start there. Odell, Amari, David Montgomery, Devontae Parker. In my opinion, you got to steal with Parker there. Let's see. He added Marvin Jones. So
Boom.
I like it. I like it a lot there. So there's a good squad there. Landry just went. So yeah, all these middle tier receivers here going now, which makes a lot of sense. All the running backs are gone at this point. All the ones that you really want in the early rounds are gone, and then some at this point. I am kind of shocked to see Devin Singletary fall after a few guys that I have him ranked ahead of. I know the Zach Moss factor is there, but Devin Singletary in any sort of PPR format, I think, gets a pretty large boost. I don't think Moss is really going to catch a ton of passes there. Singletary is going to still be heavily involved, in my opinion, as much as they're typing up Moss. But I like it. LaPresto grabbing Cam Akers there. Big upside play. He's grabbing 2 rookie running backs, though, so that could be tricky for him. And the quarterback's flying off the board here now. Kyler Murray went to Tomlin. Deshaun Watson. What? That's the Deshaun Watson QB6. All right. Went to Mike Bonni. I like Deshaun Watson a lot. Jeff's cursing you out on Slack, but for that one, by the way. So, the hell? You guys are just piling on me. What is wrong with you? Kicking you all off the show. What the hell's happening?
We got to have fun, all right?
Are we all drinking beer instead? Are fun. Leave me alone.
Yeah, if anyone else is drinking, next time we bring you on.
Yeah, feel free to share your brew.
We do not discriminate. We do not judge. We are all fans of the consumption. So
I just crapped over
whatever it is.
Second. It is the 2020 version of the Sierra Nevada Optimum Triple IPA. So if I was already slurring Clyde Edwards-Helaire before, I'm definitely going to be slurring it later.
Yeah. If I was slurring Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I'm going to be slurring John Smith in about 4 sips.
This stuff is this is definitely a strong beer, but it is tasty, man. I like it. I've liked all Joe discriminates.
All right, Kevin, you can leave. All right.
That wasn't Kevin. Oh, Kevin drinking White Claw. Yeah, you're out. Sorry.
Good times. All right.
So we got both Miami backs going back to back here. I'm kind of curious to hear the thinking there. So Jeff and Dylan, unmute and let's hear this. I want to hear you guys like. Who thinks who's getting what role here? I have zero idea, and I don't think really anybody does. Jeff, go ahead.
I like upside. Jordan Howard sure probably gets a little bit more of the touchdown touches, like inside of 5 and stuff like that, which kind of stinks for that. But as a Bears fan, I am very familiar with Jordan Howard. He's fine. Matt Breida, clearly, when given an opportunity, he's fast. He can catch the ball in the backfield, which is something that Jordan Howard doesn't do. And we all know that Ryan Fitzpatrick can degaff sometimes. So in games where they're probably down, he's going to end up being the guy that's going to be on the field.
Dylan, you got any comeback to that one? Or do you agree?
Yeah,
That's why you took Howard second.
No, I like Howard a little bit better than Breida. I like he's definitely going to be the red zone back. And I'm also a Bears fan, so I know he's definitely not the pass catcher, but I think he's going to get about 10, 15 touches a game, and I'm okay with that in my flex. So that's why I followed it up with CeeDee Lamb, because Howard's kind of a good floor there in the flex, and if I'm looking to play some upside, I got CeeDee Lamb I can plug in there as well.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb can definitely hit the home run. I like
to
that
be
one.
To be fair, Howard didn't necessarily have to catch much because of Tarek Cohen's presence. That's basically all he does. So I think there was a little bit of that. But I mean, Howard's still young. I mean, he's talented back. He's still only 25, so he's still got a lot of good years left in him. And by a lot, I mean like 3 for running backs. But I think it's a solid fit. I really like Miami's team this year. I think they have gone out and made a lot of solid offensive talent-based moves, and they want to compete, especially because they're like, oh well, you know, Brady's gone, so somebody's got to take this division, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's figure it out.
All right, I want to move over here to Richard, and he took Justin Jefferson. I love Justin Jefferson from a talent standpoint, from a landing spot. I'm not sure I love him as much as you just drafted him. You gotta sell this one to me, Richard. You took him over a lot of really good proven players.
Somebody's got to take those Stephon Diggs targets. Somebody's got to take those targets. And I mean, you got a rookie. There's Adam Thielen. And Adam Thielen, you know, Adam Thielen's a good player, but he's not good. But somebody's got to take those Stephon Diggs targets. And I think that's a big hole, and I think a lot of people are missing on him. I think he's getting. I know it's a slight reach by me, but I want him. I'd want him on my team.
Yeah, you took him really early. I don't know why I can't even find him in my rankings for some weird reason. I know he's in here. I'm on my phone trying to search for people, and it's like impossible. So because my computer is not working right now. There he is. Okay.
You know? And also, I took Deontay Johnson in the previous round. I just want to quickly add this.
I love the Johnson pick, man.
1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns.
That's
bold prediction.
All right. I love the Deontay Johnson pick. If Big Ben can stay healthy, that is a phenomenal pick, dude. I love it.
Yeah. I saw that run going, and I was like, oh, man, I really want to go for
that
this.
is snagged your Antonio Gibson.
Son of a
bitch. You had to get auto-picked. That's your fault. Sorry. It really is.
Beep, beep, beep.
Anyway. Debo. Jonathan. You're not worried about the injury?
A little bit worried, but at this point, it's take
Super
like a
worried.
4th backup running back, or take upside after a couple weeks for a healthy wide receiver 1 and a decent offense.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a risk. I'm aware it's a risk.
I just hope he actually gets back in a couple weeks into the season, and that's my worry. Because those foot injuries, man, those things linger big time. We've seen that time and time and time again. So, LaPlant.
Boom. Wow. Like it.
Hayden Hurst. Jerk. That was.
I had him on my queue.
I didn't have him on my queue. I'm not setting a queue.
Yeah,
I just. He was absolutely who I was going to take. That blows.
I'm going homer pick. Boom. All the rookie receivers are going. I got to get my boy while I can.
Right.
Jalen Reagor.
All right.
Reagor. I don't know.
All right. Let me go back over here, see what I'm looking at. All right. So I'm going to go. I'm going to make it easy on myself and take good old Tyler Higbee. I wanted Hurst.
Solid.
I'll settle for Higbee. That's fine. The next guy on my list, though, I'm not really entirely sure. Huh. Yeah. I wasn't super ready. I think I'm going to go. I mean, I know we just had the conversation about. About what's his name? Jonathan Taylor. I still don't think Mac's going away though. So I'm gonna take him and hope I can swap him and Gordon out in the flex a little bit. Shut up, Kevin. So
Love it. All right, I gotta stop reading Slack and focus here. Otherwise, I'm gonna get auto picked again.
Get auto-picked again. Tough.
We can't be doing that. Yeah, all right. I think I'm just gonna go back to back here. Homer picks. Going with Carson Wentz. I was debating on some other waiting, and I was like, I can't wait like 2 more rounds and go with Danny Dimes. I have 2 Giants already. This is already paining me. Yeah, got to go with Wentz, man. I mean, there's a couple other quarterbacks there that I like. Matt Ryan's still out there. Big Tom. I got Matt Stafford. Still some guys sitting there, but in a 1 quarterback league, I think before it starts falling off, a QB run could have started right after this pick, and then I would have gotten probably stuck with Danny Dimes. So sorry, Keith, but I'm not that all in on the Giants yet.
Yeah, and sorry to people watching. I forgot to slide the draft board down on OBS, so I forgot I needed to do that. So thanks, Brandon.
Well played, Jeff. Well played.
Well, Jeff. That's me. I'm doing everything tonight.
I'm not talking about that.
Oh, am I getting?
I am off the
getting
clock, thank
buried
you.
on Slack again? You guys
Of course.
stink.
Of course.
God, the fact that you guys have this many jokes worries me about this subject. But just gonna let you guys know. All right, so got Emmanuel Sanders, the wide receiver 2 for the Saints. Tariq Cohen.
Yep, there's Cohen.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, mine was ahead of yours. That's shocking.
No, it wasn't. I'm just wasn't watching it. All right, Kevin, what you got? Besides another toss of Joe under the bus.
You guys are the worst.
Via the typing interwebs.
You better have a refill there, bud.
Yeah, my fridge is right here behind me. So
You're in a better spot than I am. I'd have to get up and leave. Damian Harris, I love it. Kevin, talk to me, man. I there was all the talk as soon as they signed Lamar that Damian Harris was just getting doghoused again. But there's a lot of good talk out of him from camp. It sounds like. But what's up with the? What are you feeling with Damian Harris right now?
Yeah, honestly, I just spend all day talking to Jonathan, and all he does is talk about the Patriots, and he's just saying that no one cares about Lamar Miller, and Sonny Michel is not good at football, and Rex Burkhead is not a real running back, and Damian Harris is taking all the first-team reps right now. Sonny Michel doesn't seem like he's even healthy, so I think with Cam there, you probably have a good chance of it being a good rushing attack. Yeah, might as well take a shot.
Oh, LaPresto, you're killing me, dog. I thought I could get him really late. I didn't think anybody liked him as much as I did. Maybe I goofed and should have taken him where I took Marlon Mack. I wasn't really thinking about it, but I thought I could get him really late. But Anthony Miller, man. Although, now that I think about it, I had Allen Robinson. I'm not sure I would take both. I wouldn't. Now that I'm looking at it, I kind of forgot I took Allen Robinson. But I do like the Anthony Miller pick big time. So I think he came on strong in the second half of last season. So I'm expecting bigger things from him. Not big things, but bigger things from him this season. So and then Tomlin got Zach Moss, the 1-2 punch there with Singletary. That could be big. Sterling Shepard, Mike Bonni, I want to ask you your opinion on this Giants receiving core. There's a lot of guys, if they all stay healthy, Slayton's my number 1, Shepard's kind of right there too. They've just got a lot of guys. Who do you really think is the guy there?
Man, it's really a toss-up, but I feel like as long as Sterling Shepard can stay healthy, I feel like he's got the chance to become the best Giants wide receiver there. Even with Odell there, 2 or 3 years ago, he was still catching 50 to 60 balls. now that Odell's gone, if he can stay healthy, he can. Why not catch 80 balls? Danny Dimes working out, getting yoked now. Maybe he can start throwing them to him pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, I've literally got these guys ranked within.
Yeah, they're so close.
I've got them within
It's
8
insane.
spots in my half PPR rankings. I do have
Right,
Shepard
yeah.
first, Slayton second, and then I have Tate third. But they're all right
Yeah,
there.
plus
It's incredible.
It's insane.
Yeah, no, I do like the pick there. Henry Ruggs went to Dylan. Taking a couple rookies here now with CeeDee Lamb and Ruggs at receiver. You're not worried about the receiver, the rookie receiver kind of slow start here?
A little bit. But I just like the upside of him being my wide receiver 5. So
Yeah, I like Ruggs a lot this year. I think he could do big things. He's a huge playmaker, man. It's just a matter of him learning the playbook and stuff, I think. So I would imagine you agree there.
Yep, absolutely.
So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 quarterbacks off the board. Josh Allen with QB 9. I'm actually really shocked that he went that late. And Jeff, I imagine you're kind of shocked that he slipped to you at QB 9.
I think one thing that's nice, I really was hoping Deshaun Watson would fall for the Cooks-Watson stack. Didn't happen. So since that didn't work, I went for team chemistry, saw John Brown.
Sure.
Pair him up with Allen. It works good. Not to say, that Diggs isn't clearly going to get his this year, but John Brown had really good success. I don't expect it to be as high, but you had that plus the rushing upside, which is really nice with a QB. Couldn't pass on Josh Allen there.
No, I like. I've got him ranked a little bit higher than where he went, so I like that. And LaPresto kind of, no offense, kind of one-upped you there with the stack and went Thomas and Drew Brees stack there, or pairing if you want to call it. So that's pretty good combination there. That could do really good things for him. I don't know. We talked about this with the consistency with Bob Lung, where Drew Brees isn't the most consistent quarterback actually, but he's gonna have the end of the year stats. So time is up.
Get out of my head, Jeff.
Hold it, Joe. Can you back me up? Can you pause it? I didn't. I was busy typing something about Jeff.
All right. I'm hoping you weren't picking Jamison Crowder. I'm not undoing that pick. Just let me know what you want.
I wasn't.
Let me know what you
picking
wanted.
Jamison
I'll
Crowder.
change it quick.
All right. Okay. Well. All right. Thanks.
I can't.
Oh, by the way, it is beer. It is beer. I have to talk about beer and
Give us your pick
so
first.
I've
so
had
I
a
can move
Stella.
on.
I've had a Stella and a Carlsberg. Pretty standard
I
stuff.
like Carlsberg.
I've got to
I like
talk about it.
Carlsberg. Carlsberg is solid. All right, tell me who you wanted, so I can put this in.
Okay, I wanted. I did not want Gronkowski. I can tell you that.
Sure you didn't, or you wouldn't have told me to pause.
Jonathan did.
That's right. I wanted Keyshawn Vaughn. Okay. Can I mute now?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Gladly. All right. I'll see you.
And I'm out.
All right.
Bye.
And we are resuming in 5, 4, 3. If my computer wants to respond, there we go. Resume draft. Oh, come on, computer. OBS kills me. All right. I think we're good. Sorry to everybody watching. I have a couple of hiccups. It has to happen, right? So.
Well, it usually does happen while you're drinking, so there's that.
Yeah, but I got my beer in.
Good. It's about time.
Good stuff. All right, so I'm opening up the rest of the draft board here for people to watch, and I will share a link to a picture of the full draft board in the show notes and on Fantasy Six Pack, so you guys will be able to see it all afterwards. I know it's hard to follow all of it during the show. I wasn't 100% sure how to do this. I'll have to think of something better next year when we do this again, because yeah, it's pretty hard to see everything, unfortunately, the way that it's laid out here. So I like the Madison pick. Kind of shocked that the Dalvin Cook owner didn't go after him. but because I took Cook in the mock draft that we did with Fantasy Six Pack on the side. We've been doing like the series, we've been following it along, and I absolutely took him. Because I'm just not that I'm worried about Cook holding out. I'm worried about him getting injured because that's what he does. So.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. For sure.
It happens. Yes, no kidding.
Damn, all of the freaking like backup backs that I wanted went this round. So I'll just go with my boy, Nyheim Hines. He is going to be the main receiving back in my mind for Indianapolis. I feel like I've gotten him later than the 10th. I probably still could have gotten him later than right now, but it's where he is. So, I'm good with it. I'm at peace with myself. So you're up, Joe. What are you looking at?
So I have a lot of safety receivers. So I'm going to go big home run here with Mike Williams. And then, I'm kind of looking at quarterback here, but I'm not like, I don't know. I don't know if I love anybody that's here right now. I think I could just deal with any of them. Not to give anything away, but I'm kind of banking on you guys not just going like super hard on QB2s right now. So everybody go ahead. Everybody screw me over. It'll be fine.
Probably 3.
So I am going to go Adrian Peterson as my running back right here. I think a lot of the talk is with Gibson getting a lot of work here, but I really think this is Adrian Peterson's backfield for the most part. Yes, of course, Kevin. Not the best of character issues, as Kevin is pointing out, but this is fantasy. We have to ignore some of those things sometimes. You know what I mean? So.
True.
But I still, like I said, I still think this is Adrian Peterson's backfield. I know a lot of the talk is with Gibson, but from what I hear, they're trying to work Gibson in like a lot of screens and a lot of like, end arounds and things like that. Like, he's not a true running back. And I heard the show, Kevin, Jonathan, and Richard, the Fantasy Edge, the first one from last week, where they talked about him in the beginning. And Richard pointed out that same thing, where he said, his college tape wasn't pure running back. So to think he's just going to be the guy is kind of foolish, honestly. And a lot of people are doing it. Preston Williams was a dude I was looking at. I was either looking at Preston Williams or Mike Williams, and I took Mike Williams. So I just coin flipped on the Williams, I guess. So it's fine.
Yeah.
I do like Preston Williams. So.
Yeah, I did a quick overview there, and I had a couple other guys I was thinking, but I'm trying to just build some depth here and find some of these quality guys. We've only got 3 more rounds. So
at this point, it's finding your guys. I mean, I think that's what we're gonna find. See a lot here is people just drafting who they like. Rankings and ADP be damned. Like, it doesn't matter at this point. Golden Tate was definitely another guy I was looking at as well. I don't know. I just didn't do it. I have, like I said, I have a bunch of like possession receivers with Allen Robinson and Kupp and Julian Edelman. I kind of need some over the top, home run guys to possibly, big upside plays. Kevin, I want to get your thoughts on Paris Campbell because I am a big fan of his. I think he's being forgotten in a lot of leagues. Give me your take on him, man. Kevin? Yeah,
Okay.
It's all right.
Hello, Kevin. Kevin, you're on with us?
He was. I apologize. He was a high.
Tell us about those sweaty balls, Pete.
Shut up, AJ.
He was a high second round pick last year who was hurt all year.
Yeah.
But I mean, people. If he was a high second rounder this year, he probably would have gone higher than where he's going right now. The fact that he has a year under, at least being around in the NFL system, to me is only a plus, especially if he's 100% healthy. There's definitely room for him to do something in that offense. I think that Colts offense is going to be pretty good, actually, with Rivers. He might only have one good year left, but I think it'll be a decent year for him. And I think T.Y. Hilton is probably not the 120-plus target guy that he has been in the past.
Yeah, I agree. Hilton's got the Hilton's got some injury issues already, so I'm liking taking some late flyers on some of these indie receivers late, and Paris Campbell's my favorite one, so I like that there a lot. A few more running backs have gone here: Justin Jackson, Boston Scott, Chase Edmonds, and then Alan Lazard.
Damn it!
Also, I know.
Drink again.
Beep beep beep. What are you playing the drink if they're in your queue game? That's why I don't put people in my queue anymore.
Sure.
At least it's not Fireball.
That's what I'm doing.
Side story, AJ and I played that game with shots of Fireball, and they quickly went to sips of Fireball because we were like 15 shots in, and
Bad idea.
It was terrible. Never do that, guys.
Every pick.
Bryce Love. Jeff, love it, man. Not to pun, but
he was on my queue.
I almost thought about taking him over AP, but I still think this is AP's role, at least early on. Love's still got to prove himself, but what do you think about Bryce Love, man?
Pretty much like half of my roster. There's a good chance one play and he's done for the year. But I'm okay with that. Again, it's the upside pick. We're not getting anybody overly crazy or special at this point. But the youth is on his side. We know that he can carry a big workload like he did for Stanford for multiple years. So, yeah, I figured at this point, why not? I don't like any of the receivers at this point, so I can wait essentially a full 24 picks before I decide on another wide receiver.
Yeah. Ball blast him. Michelle, she tweeted something about Bryce Love, about how that he went over 2,000 yards in college with the least number of carries, and in his junior year. I mean, the talent is undeniable with him, so I love that pick. I've had him stashed on 2 different dynasty leagues, taxi squad since last year. I'm really hoping he gets a chance. I think he could do special things if he's actually healthy. I like that a lot. And LaPresto, man, stealing it with N'Keal Harry. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like, you guys let N'Keal Harry slide.
N'Keal Harry is my other choice.
Oh my goodness, that was a steal. If he was coming back to me, he was all mine. I almost took him when I took Mike Williams. So that's
all lies.
All lies. What are you talking about? Mike Gesicki, Jonathan Chan. I like it. You think he can build off of last year's end of season run where he helped me to a championship over who was that? AJ? Yeah, that was over AJ. Sorry.
I mean, there's a chance that he could be the number 2 target. We don't know what Preston Williams' health is going to be early in the season, and Gesicki's a good red zone target. There's good things coming out of camp, much like everybody else in the league, but he could be the number 1 red zone target. He plays a lot out of the slot, and he's got good opportunities in Miami, even though I don't fully trust that offense.
Well, so I would ask, like, are you worried at all with Tua possibly taking over at some point this season? Because Fitz obviously just like at the end of the year was just feeding him the ball.
Nah, I'm not super worried about it. He's a big slot target, which would help a rookie quarterback theoretically, but you never know. With my worry with him is Chan Gailey is not known for helping tight ends produce, so that would be my biggest concern with Gesicki.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I like the pick. I like Gesicki, and he's going later. I mean, he's creeping up a little bit more, but I mean, for him to see him go ahead of Henry, I feel like is actually definitely not a reach, but it's
a surprise.
It's
definitely a surprise.
It's a surprise to me. God damn it! And my queue's empty. All right.
Do you have to finish? Finish your beer now?
No.
Chug it.
Not yet.
It's empty. You're done. All right, your pick. But don't.
Yeah, when my beer's empty, yes, I am done. That's very good math.
Oh my gosh.
Very good math.
Your queue is empty, jerk.
No, you didn't.
Anyway, that was insinuating. Make a pick. 30 seconds left. AJ Dillon, thunder thighs. Mike, be ready. We're going to talk about that in a second. I do like him, Kevin. I'm sorry.
Boom. Curtis Samuel, the pick.
All right, man. Speak to that a little bit. That's an interesting pick. You know, Samuel's going really, really, really late. He's a wide receiver 2 there in Carolina. I mean, with Teddy there, like, what are we thinking?
Dude, Curtis Samuel is a firecracker of a player in my mind. I mean, the guy is, as Dennis will appreciate, an Ohio State Buckeye. I'm sorry, the Ohio State. 24 years old. I mean, he's not a huge guy, but he just needs to be utilized right, and I don't think that he has been yet. They're talking about how they could line him up anywhere they want, and you can. So I think with Bridgewater, the two of them are gonna gel really well. I mean, I know Robbie Anderson's there. He's the locked in, number 2 receiver.
Make sure you
but
get your pick in, man.
I think Samuel is going to be the guy. All right, getting there. 21
So
seconds.
I'll talk a little bit about mine. So Matthew Stafford, QB 11 off the board. I just like his upside. I mean, I know we all, we've talked ad nauseum about his pace last year. I'm not expecting that. Nobody is, but he was so good when he was healthy. He's got 2 stellar receivers, so I'm loving it.
No.
You're gonna make me pause this and go back, aren't you?
No, that's fine. Just go.
I can change it. What do you want?
Just go.
Right. Second to last pick, goof. And then Steven Sims. Yeah. I'm just taking a chance here at the end with somebody who can be the number 2 in Washington. I just like the the potential here with Harmon going out, and I mean, I guess with Gibson and Gandy Golden and things like that, maybe there's some competition, but I'm just sort of off a lot of the rookies this year. I've said that time and time again on all the preview shows that we had. I really can't buy into a lot of them unless they're like the top end talent, like Edwards-Helaire or even Jonathan Taylor and things like that. But I still have a trouble buying into some of those guys too. So, who do I want to go back to? I wanted to talk to. There we go. Mike
Fuck me. I want to.
Mike did he really? Mike
kidding.
LaPlant, AJ Dillon, Thunder Thighs. He's got the shortest shorts in the NFL. It seems like, man. What do you think in this dude's role? What do you think this dude's role is really gonna be in this Green Bay offense?
I won't lie. Being a Green Bay Packer fan, I wasn't even excited about the pick.
Oh, dude, you didn't watch Boston college football, did you?
No, I don't get it,
man.
Oh God.
Well, after watching tape on him and seeing those viral picks, it's hard not to fall in love with him.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of looks like a bootleg Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, he is a special player. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think he's gonna be like crazy good this year. But I mean, like, he'll get some goal line work. He'll get short yardage work. He'll have some big games where he's going to fall in the end zone like 2 or 3 times. So, yeah, that'll be interesting.
And then, and I love Jack Doyle with Phillip Rivers in Indy now. You know how he loves his tight ends, especially in the red zone.
It's a good pick.
So I think I got him as a steal as the second.
Almost as much as Joe loves Thunder Thighs.
Come on, we had Richard piping in the Russell Wilson sounds. I gotta pull a clip. I don't have the clip. Nobody has a clip of it, but that's his nickname now. You've seen the Twitter, right? With people calling him Thunder Thighs. All right, I'm not making it up. So, Kevin finally QB 12 took Tom, your boy Brady, man.
Boy, my boy.
No, AJ. AJ always likes to do the Tommy Brady.
Tom fucking Brady.
Can't do it.
Wicked hot. His wife is wicked hot. His kid is probably going to be wicked hot. I mean, hell, he kisses his kid, so why not?
No. I mean, what do we like? Actually, QB 13. Because AJ auto picked Aaron Rodgers, idiot. Who's that AJ guy? So Tom Brady, I'm gonna say QB 12. I mean, are you feeling? Do you feeling like could even finish higher than that with Godwin and Evans there, and having Gronk back? I just worry about like the age is eventually gonna creep up with him.
Yeah, I mean, you got to worry about an old dude like him, but I just think, like you said, with the weapons, and I think he's going to be out to prove a point. Like I'm sure when he talked to Tampa, he wasn't like, oh, like I'm just going to, check down all game and just kind of manage the game. Like he wants to prove that he can do it without Belichick, and I think Bruce Arians is the type of guy who can kind of scheme to his strengths and help him do that.
Yeah, I mean, and I think Tom Brady is going to, help that offense as well. He's just a smart quarterback, so the offense should be good. I'm not sure it's going to be quite as receiver favorable as it was with Winston. When Winston has those games where he just throws for 300 yards and 12 touchdowns.
Are you trying to say Tom Brady can't throw for 300 fucking yards? Are you out of your goddamn mind?
Oh, AJ,
you call yourself
AJ with the jokes. I love it. So, couple good picks here at the end. I like a lot. Chris Thompson went to LaPresto. I've been a big fan of his. He was going to be one of my picks. If he fell back to me, I was absolutely going to take him with the last pick. Jerick McKinnon was one of those as well. He's had a lot of good talk here in camp. Jeff, what are you feeling here with the McKinnon pick? Just super upside pick?
I think, especially when you look at the wide receiver injuries, he does have the ability to work out the backfield. And I think, just look at the money attached to him. And they've had multiple opportunities to get rid of him if they wanted to, despite whatever money's attached with all the injuries. They kept him around. We've seen Tevin Coleman work with Kyle Shanahan. And you kind of get it now. He's a guy. He's not bad, but he's also not great. And Jerick McKinnon, I think, could potentially supplant him sooner than later.
Yeah, we know my thoughts on this. We talked about it at the NFC West show where I took McKinnon late in a best ball league. I like the potential there big time. AJ, what are you feeling there?
I definitely like it. I think it's a solid pick. I like Bonnie's finish here with Pittman, Hoopa, Mayfield going with that stack late. Mayfield coming in as
QB 14.
QB 14?
Really QB 13 because you weren't taking Rodgers. Has who you were gonna get who you were really gonna draft get taken?
Double check, buddy.
Did anybody who you were gonna draft get taken?
Yeah, I was looking tight end in that spot.
Okay. What?
I probably would have taken any of the guys that have really gone. Out of those first three, probably. But Doyle probably would have been the one I like the best. I like Jarwin. I still think there's a lot of mouths to feed there, though. So his upside, I get that. I get that Witten's gone, but I still think there's too many people there. And Goddard, obviously, I like Goddard. But Tyrell Williams, solid pick. Dare
Ogunbowale.
I just fucking said that. What are you even listening, bro?
I am listening. You said it wrong. Sorry. I'm right. You're wrong. Again. I'm a jerk. Well, at least I know this,
one
right?
Of those three things is right.
All right.
One pick until I can auto pick again. Let me see who I can put on here.
Why you got to auto pick? By the way, this went crazy fast. I want to thank everybody for doing this.
Yes. Well done, gentlemen.
Nobody pitching Patrick Laird. Is that my cue, Kevin?
Damn it, man. Shut up. Fuck. Now you're talking about snaking my pick.
All right, fine.
And I'm on the board.
All right.
So should I close it out with a
Ben
third
Roethlisberger?
quarterback?
Damn. That is actually who I was going to take. But now I won't. Thank you very much.
No, you will not. He is gone. That is how the game is played.
Why did you need a backup quarterback for Patty Mahomes? Explain this to me, Mike.
Because he's got a bye week.
So you
absolutely right.
So you get the
anything.
Do you know who he plays week 10?
And
Cincinnati. That's an easy choice.
So you go get him in during the season. Anyway.
Not if you're drafting him.
I was only going to draft him because I got Matt Stafford, who I don't 100% trust as a QB1 every week. So I was going to stream quarterbacks, but okay.
Well, I won't lie. I didn't think he'd fall, but Dylan definitely stole my pick with Randall Cobb. I was really hoping he'd fall.
I'm shocked that Jared Cook was still on the board. I wasn't.
Well, he's not now. So you're
I wasn't
welcome
even
for that
thinking
too.
about that. So here, I'm going to make my last pick. If I can find on my phone. Where in the hell am I? Here we go, QB. We are going quarterback, and we are going Ryan Tannehill, who was QB, what was it? He was QB 3 or 4 at the end of the year, for the last few weeks of the season. I did not expect him to be that good all year, but it was, I think he's going to be good. Play action is still going to be there with Henry. A.J. Brown's a beast. So Jonas Smith is gonna eat too with that offense too. So I do like the Jonas Smith, the pick there by Richard in round 9, I think is what I'm reading. Yeah, round 9. So, why are you laughing at me? Oh, slack. Jeez.
I'm not. I'm laughing at hashtag stats.
So, thanks, guys. Anyway. All right, so that is it for the draft.
We'd like to thank you all for coming out to the Catalina Wine Mixer. Refreshments and charcuterie trays will be served by all in the lobby of the island. And get on your yachts and have some fun. Maybe do some jet skiing and whatnot. Whatever you white people do.
Thanks for that, AJ. That was very clever.
You're welcome.
So,
you're very welcome.
All right, yeah. No, seriously though, thanks guys. We got through this very fast. I'm happy about that. So, we will let you guys go. AJ and I will do a little post analysis here, and we'll close it out. So, all right, AJ, what are you feeling here for the draft? I know it's, quick. It was hard to follow a little bit, but what's your quick favorite team? Obviously, besides your own. Don't say your own.
Quick favorite team. Okay, well, why don't you give me 3 seconds to review everything? I just minimized the little window.
That's your fault.
Joking. Let's see. Okay.
Scroll back up to the top of this because I already see the early picks here on. I'm changing the window as we talk.
Hit the little down button and it gets rid of the bottom portion and shows you the whole draft board.
No. I'm talking about OBS, buddy.
Do you even computer, bro?
I'm talking about OBS. Shut up.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Of course you don't, because I do OBS. Jeff uses OBS.
I'm a fan of Dennis's team. I think everybody's got a really balanced team in general. Everybody, went with what they went. I like Dylan's start with Miles Sanders and Kenyon Drake, and then 3 straight receivers: Juju, Robert Woods, and Hollywood Brown, and then stealing Zach Ertz in the 6th. That's solid.
Yeah, Zach Ertz in the 6th is pretty late.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting on tight end this year, but obviously I might not be able to if Hurts is going to go in the 8th round now. Jam you, Mike LaPlant. But that's happened to me twice now. He's gone earlier than I thought. People are buying onto that one. So
I love the LaPresto theory of you got to go wide receiver early and often because you start 3, he wants 4. And then he only got 2 in his first 4 picks. It's a bit of a Ginsburg. But, I mean, he started off with Thomas, Kittle, Taylor, and Chark. So it's a very solid start as well. Tomlin went 3 straight receivers, Devontae, Tyreek, Thielen, and then 3 straight running backs with Fournette in the 4th. I mean, look, Fournette's getting a ton of shit, and I guess deservedly so, but not deservedly so. I mean, I'm not buying into this whole thing that he's just not going to be used. Will he be traded partway through the season, assuming we have a full season? Sure. Why not? I mean, if you can send him off as a rental to somebody and then get draft capital or whatever you need back, you absolutely make that move because you already haven't signed him. So I can see that happening, but I still think he's going to be the main guy there. Okay, great. Jay Gruden's there. We saw how well he did in Washington. He's phenomenal. Not. Yeah, he loves Chris Thompson. He's on the field often. Not. So, whatever.
I think Tomlin's.
I'm not buying.
I think Tomlin's starting roster is the best. Adams, Hill, Thielen, Fournette, Hunt. Even though he didn't go running back, or because Fournette fell to him where he did, I think he's got the best starting roster, and he followed it up with Hunt and Singletary, who can any week be a running back 1, and then he took Murray, and then Darren Waller. And then still was able to back it up with Zach Moss and Latavius Murray, who we know if there's an injury in front of him, and because he pairs Singletary and Moss, so he got either one. So
he got that total handcuff there, and I like it. I mean, I think even without the whole preseason and rookies being able to do anything, I'm not 100% buying into that now either. They're going to be in camps. They're going to learn. They're going to have to get up to speed faster than they would have, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it's probably better for them actually, because they're not having to worry about playing the majority of a preseason game and risking getting injured while their starters ahead of them just sit on the bench and be, we know the playbook, we're good. Mm-hmm. No, I mean, it's a little bit more of an even playing field in my mind now. So I like that handcuff. I think both of those guys are going to have value this year. I think Buffalo is going to come out of the AFC East on top. Mm-hmm. And I know their schedule kind of sucks, but I still think that they can take that division with the loss of Brady. I mean, obviously you've got Cam there now. It's a much better upside than a Stidham or a Brian Hoyer. But, now they're coming out saying, we're going to just rotate all 3 guys around, typical fucking Belichick. Just stop listening to Belichick.
That's why he says draft
3 words.
Running backs from them. It's just not worth it, honestly.
Yeah. But I think overall it's Buffalo's division to lose in my mind. So definitely a solid team there. Like I said, Dennis started with Kamara. You've got one of the top 4 running backs. You don't need to jump out and get another one right away. And then followed it up with D-Hop, Ridley, who we already talked to him about, A.J. Brown, the only receiver in Tennessee that anybody cares about. Sorry, Corey Davis, but you haven't done shit in 4 years, 3 years, whatever it's been. who are you again? Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I mean, that's a great pick there in the 4th. And then taking Diggs. Again, Buffalo. So I like that. Let me see.
Yeah, so I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
One of the team, Dylan's team is interesting to me too. Like Sanders and Drake. I do like them. I actually got both of them in Scott Fishbowl. So I love that. And then Juju's kind of an underrated receiver. He's being a little forgotten about because of how bad that offense was last year without Big Ben. Robert Woods, I like over Cup as much as a lot of people don't. Marquise Brown was a big kind of a home run play. I still don't like buying into the Ravens passing game. The later his draft was a little iffy with CeeDee Lamb and Ruggs, but I like the start of that. So there's a big, at least a good building block there. Honestly, I kind of like your draft a little bit too, man. I probably would have gone an extra running back early on with you, because I think Mostert is a little risky in that San Francisco, and we talked about that. But getting Galladay and Evans is pretty big. As much as I kind of dog the Allen pick, it's a good safe pick, man. As your wide receiver 3, like, you really can't go wrong there. There's some other guys later who are like big upside plays. Terry McLaurin is going to have much bigger weeks than Allen, guaranteed. That kind of thing. Yeah. But it's a good solid pick. Ingram, like you said, when healthy is awesome. James White is amazing, and he's just a safe RB3, going to catch a lot of passes. You reached a little bit for Wentz.
Possible flex guy.
Yeah, I mean, Wentz isn't a total reach in my opinion. Like, you can interchange him and Breeze and Josh Allen and Matt Ryan, and it kind of personal preference at that point, so it doesn't really matter. And then you got your guys late. You know, you got your Nyheim Hines. You've been talking him up all off season. I know you like him a lot.
I love Nyheim Hines.
As much as I wouldn't have taken him where you did, you got who you wanted, and it could really work out for you. So I like it.
Well, everybody I wanted in Latavius Murray and Tony Pollard went earlier that round. I mean, Madison is a great pick in the 10th too. So I think all of those like backup guys and Keyshawn Vaughn with Richard, I think all of those guys have potential to break out and score points and be valuable for both their NFL teams and their fantasy owners. I mean, especially if something happens to anybody ahead of them. I just think it's a value play there. I mean, you look at, and LaPlant, followed up. He got Pollard as his handcuff to Zeke. So that's a great play.
He's talented by himself too, so it kind of works out.
He is. He definitely
is.
To
be his RB3 though, that's the one thing I kind of worry about his team. Is that like Pollard's his RB3, and then Dylan's his RB4, and I think I can't scroll down anymore because if I do, it screws up the OBS thing.
No,
that's a really weak spot for the plant. So I do worry about that. He went really receiver heavy, which I guess you want to do
in a 3-receiver.
Yeah.
Start, and his receivers are Godwin, Lockett, Boyd, and Hardman paired up with
Sanders
Mahomes, who we already talked about. He's got
good receivers.
He's got Tate. It's all very solid receivers, that can put up points. Yeah. Sanders, if he's 100% healthy, it's a great offense to be in.
It's like the wide receiver too the Saints haven't had since Breeze has been there.
Yeah,
it's incredible. So it'll be the one thing you got to worry about with Michael Thomas, and we said this early, is that how much do you worry about Sanders being a realistic target for Breeze and taking away a lot of targets from Thomas, enough so that he's not the clear cut wide receiver 1 anymore. I'm not buying it totally yet, because we've had guys in New Orleans who we think are good, and Breeze just doesn't use them. So it'll be interesting to see if he uses Sanders, and we're all proven wrong this year. But history
Yeah,
shows
and
he doesn't target his wide receiver 2 as often as he should.
Yeah, I think Bonnie's got a pretty underrated team, honestly. Started off at the 110 with Mixon. Love that pick. Love the value. He's going around there. Followed up with Julio, who we've talked about numerous times is the clear-cut number 3. Between him and Hill, I still like Julio better. DeAndre's right there, as well. But Julio, he is a possession hog, and he gets you points. Yeah, he doesn't find the end zone all the time or ever, but it doesn't matter with him because he's, like Bobby Woods, he's getting you those points that you need. And then followed up with Connor. I think Connor is getting a little underrated this year. If he's 100% healthy and he performs like he did when he took over for Lev Bell a couple of years ago, solid pick as a 310. I mean, that's awesome. Yeah. And then following it up with Andrews, who's easily a top 3 tight end. It's a running offense, but when they pass it, who the hell are they throwing to?
I want to ask you real quick.
And then Hollywood.
Interesting you brought up the Julio Jones things. And because we talked about Calvin Ridley going really early in this draft. He went ahead of a few guys that I probably wouldn't have taken him, but he is still going pretty early. It's funny, right? We see the quarterbacks for teams that have double receivers or even triple receivers going fairly early. Dak goes pretty early for quarterbacks, right? Because he's got Cooper and Gallup and now CeeDee Lamb, right? So he goes early because he's got all that. Plus he can run a little bit, right? Lamar and Mahomes are obviously top notch. And Lamar's with all the running. Kyler Murray's got the rushing. Deshaun Watson's got the rushing. Russell Wilson is just a playmaker. He's going to get it done, but he got 2 receivers as well. Matt Ryan, though, however, has 2 second to third, 2 top 3 round, maybe top 4 round in, let's just say top 4 round receivers. But Matt Ryan's going as like the 10th or 11th quarterback off the board. Why?
Yeah, I mean, he was 8th in this, but
I mean, he could easily go after Josh Allen.
He could easily go after Allen, Breeze.
Is it literally just the rushing?
Potentially after Stafford, too.
Is it literally just the legs? Like, he doesn't run? Is that?
Yeah, I mean, Breeze isn't running. Stafford will get a little bit of rushing. Allen's going to run, but
Allen runs a lot.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think that weighs into it a little bit. He is older. He's not going to be someone that you're really targeting in any kind of keeper league, as a potential keeper at this point anymore, because you can draft him late, and why not? He's still a talented guy. We talked about his like every other year,
beware, guys. It's
syndrome, if you will.
Be top 3 quarterback.
So, I mean, I think he can have a really good year again, and I love the pick where it went. I mean, for Dylan, getting him 10th round. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, that's pretty phenomenal. Like, and I want to end it with this because we're getting a little long-winded here. I want to end it with this. Keep in mind, guys. We are, in fantasy football, like this is what we do. This site especially, and a lot of other sites, take the wait for quarterbacks like to heart. Your home leagues will likely not do this. You're not getting Matt Stafford in the 12th round.
Yeah.
You're not getting Dak Prescott in the 7th round. So this draft is awesome. I would say minus the quarterbacks, with the exceptions of Mahomes and Lamar. The Mahomes and Lamar, I think, went kind of where they would go. And honestly, I could see them going in the late 2nd in a lot of leagues. The rest of the quarterbacks, everybody just waited. Because what happens a lot is in your home leagues, people take 2 quarterbacks. So you end up getting, if you wait until round 12, you're stuck with the back end with like Kirk Cousins and things like that, which fine. You can stream everybody you possibly want at that point. But it gets to the point where, you know, in my other leagues that aren't fantasy six pack or other industry guys, I can't wait until round 12 to take a Matt Stafford. I can't get that quality of a quarterback. So take that, you know, back to your leagues when you draft. Realize that that's just not gonna happen. So anyway, I think that's it, man. I think we are done for the show. I had a good time doing this. This was an hour and 40-minute show, but it was definitely worth it. You know, we ended the draft after like an hour and 15 minutes, so that was pretty good. We kind of rambled on here at the end, but all good analysis. Hopefully people were listening. Next week, excuse me. Next week, we have a great show. We're going to go over some rankings analysis with none other than the fantasy guru himself, John Hansen. So I am super stoked to have him on the show. You know, one of the godfathers of fantasy football. Yeah. That's like, I listened to him for years going into work. So I'm super stoked to have him on the show next week. So tune in for that one for sure. Roughly around 9 p.m. Eastern Thursday night. So that's all I've got, man. You got anything else to add?
Nah, man, I'm good.
All right.
Thank you for everybody coming on and sharing your stories with us and having this fun draft.
Yeah, good times, guys. All right, see ya.